All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna try to go through half the box, looking for that granular silver. We'll see if we find it. I mean, this is the second box, so we got more on the way. We gotta pick up, but should be able to get through half the box. In a short period of time. Of course, we're looking for silver, we're looking for anything that sticks out. Proof, anything of that nature. I think right now we're at 5 pieces of silver for the year, and this is box number 10. So we're roughly 2 to 1 right now. We did have, I think it was 3 boxes that were all brand new 2025s. So we're not too far off from the 1 to 1. You know, we could get a lot closer with this box. We could get a little bit further away from 1 to 1. Who knows? But we'll at least be halfway in the know at the end of this. I mean, right now, I didn't even check silver, but I saw that it's dipping at the time of the recording. There's big, it's the paper market, really. Every thing that I'm reading from people that own shops that sell bullion and silver and gold are saying it's the paper markets because the demand for physical is still high. They're saying the demand for bullion's high. They still are able to keep a lot of the like 90s and 40%ers around. It's not as much of a demand, but here's an NIFC 17. And it's always been like that. It's, you know, when you have a pure troy ounce of silver, I think that's just tape, but I'll take a closer look. And you look at the silver price, you know exactly what it is, what it's going for. There's math involved with the fractionals. But as far as price goes, you know, you could go and drop $100, or you find it for free. I mean, may not find much at once, but over time, that could get pretty fairly big. And again, if I find a piece of silver in this, I'm only dedicating 50 cents to it. You know, I'm pulling that out of the rotation. Compared if I go and buy it, it's going to be $20 to $30. I don't know the price on the top of my head. I haven't looked, like I said. And I did see videos today about the paper market driving the prices down. Which is always interesting, right? Paper market's driving it, but I listened to something the other night about how there's one that shorted out, bought some and flipped it within a couple hours. So they're just hedging the price at a certain point. Oh, 08, that's NIFC. Because why would you buy a bunch of paper and then have no intention of collecting it? It's something like that. I forget exactly. A day or two ago, I listened to it. It was an interesting listen to. But it was also during the first pullback. But then silver went right back up. So it was really a testament to the value of silver becoming clear. And that really what's driving the price down, it would be the paper market. There's people taking the wins, right? When silver hit $100 an ounce, there was definitely people that cashed in. If you had bought it and it was $20 an ounce, it's a damn good return. So can't blame them for taking the profits. And nor should you. That's part of the name of the game is going and selling and buying silver. Buy low, sell high. Right? Because it's not like the only value it gains is if the price goes up per ounce. So they've been holding on to it for years. Not a bad time. And then you see the pullback. They could go and, if they can find silver to buy, reinvest it and buy a little bit more for their stack. So if people were able to plan that, good for them. Of course, I'm just stacking and holding. I don't know what silver's going to do long term, but while I'm getting it for dirt cheap, I'm just going to keep a stash up. Maybe one day I'll need it, or maybe one day it'll be valuable enough to go buy a house. Currently, I am paying for the house I'm in, but pay the mortgage off or something like that when it gets down by selling some silver. Wouldn't be a bad trade-off. But there's always different scenarios of what it could do. But for me, it's all about the hunt right now, so. And that's why we do this. That's why we go through it. And that's why we're always looking. We got boxes on boxes being ordered. Where are you? 71. But yeah. We've had great success over the last couple years of doing it, finding a lot of silver. Lot of pieces added to the collection. So it's definitely it's not hurting. say that. It's not hurting to do it. And some of the ones I pull out that I know aren't silver, I'm checking to see if they're NIFC just to get them out a little bit quicker. Checking to see if they're proof. Nice. But so I got all those on the right. Alright, we got silver. So we got our first of the box. That's why I always go through it, because you see how dingy that silver is. It's black, but it is silver. It is a 40%er. So we've made money on the box already. 1 silver. Anything else will put us closer to that 1-to-1, and we love to see it. I think since I've been doing coins, I've sold about 20 pieces of silver, all 40%ers, 04, off over time. No regrets. Some were on eBay. Majority was at a pawn shop once I realized I didn't have to pay the fees and all that, and I was making more after the fees, right? I heard with this last go around, some people were saying the constitutional silver, or junk silver, if you will. A lot of places weren't taking it. But I wasn't trying to sell either. That's not. That's a 94, and that's a bicentennial. So, but as you can see, that was the one 40% was kind of dark. Could be mistaken if you're going quick, just looking at rims. Of course, when you pull it out and see the side, it definitely is. You see the silver complexion. That's why I go through all of them. I don't want to miss one. And why not? Like, I gotta open them. Gotta open them anyway to drop them off at the bank. So I might as well just go through all of them to make sure. I don't know if I'm the only one that does that. Some of the other hunters I see do. But they're also making videos, so content creating. I'd be more referring to, that's a D, individual hunting, not creating content. But my thought is it can't hurt. Takes a little bit more time, but I'm still done a box within an hour usually. 80, 73. So, I mean, that's 1,000 coins, 60 minutes. That's not bad. That's a D. So I'm loving the success so far already this year. Of course, these aren't posted until March, but I'm still in February, and we're finding 90 and we're finding 40. I saw one video asking if going through boxes was worth it in 2026. I think so. That's just my opinion. It's either that or buy the bullion and pay the premiums. I like getting mine at a super discount. So that may just be me though. And I totally understand time is a constraint. Not everybody has the time. Totally get that. Oh, I was looking on the inside. But daughter has a late nap today, so I can get it in. At least half a box. Maybe a little bit more. We'll see. We might push our luck. She's probably going to be a little cranky when she wakes up anyway, so. If I have to wake her up, I should say. Okay. So we got at least 5 rolls left. So that means this is roll 20. Yeah, if you guys hunt coins, let me know. What's your favorite thing to hunt? Are you guys going after airs? Are you guys going after just silver? Are you guys going after quarters, dimes, nickels? Well, pennies may be hard to get a hold of these days. What are you guys doing? Follow the channel long enough. You see I've done shorts for dollars. I've done pennies. Done nickels. Haven't really done dimes on the channel, but I have gone through dimes. I have gone through quarters. So I'm trying to go through that's a 774. Hmm. $95. Set that one aside. Of course, the next one looks like garbage. Still need 87s. It's the only NIFC that's not in the 2002 and newer. Thick rim, but we'll see when we get to them. Will we have silver in the last two? Of course, the 40%ers, I'm not putting in the little tube things. Saving those for the 90. Have a little box that is for coins. The 40, they have little slots. So I've been putting the 40 in those, filling that up. Essentially, I'm making a treasure chest. Let me do. That was the one that was on top sitting. If I can get through 10 more, I'll still have 13 or 15 to go over in the final. I should have enough time before she wakes. It's all a game. It's all a calculation game. Just trying not to lose the game. All right, let's see. And if we go total tallies, what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So almost total tallies if you include the trick and proof coins. But the main thing I'm looking for is silver. I just like tracking those just to have the data. I don't know that I'll ever, if the proofs would actually bring like a super big profit or anything like that. I'm just fumbling everything. Boom, boom. All right. Trying to flip as fast as I can, but as you see, I'm dropping a lot of crap. But we're down to the last 5, so for today. Got 15 left in the box, and we'll have to mark the box. And we'll see if there's any more silver in the box for sure. And we got 4 more rolls today, so that's 80 chances. And then 300 chances in the next video. Yep. I feel like one of these aren't straight. There's a little wobble. I was trying to see if one was which one it was, but sometimes the wobble comes from like a trip coin where like the back isn't seated all the way. So I thought maybe we had that kind of situation on hand. We didn't. Two more. Who's this? Number 2? 72. It was a 2, just not the 2 we're looking for. People like circling stuff. I mean, they didn't find it all. If this was the exact box I got, they didn't find it all. 'Cause I got a piece. That's why I don't get discouraged whenever I see, you know, somebody marking up a coin. You don't know when they marked it, how many times it's been through the machines, and what got added to the batch, and you just don't know. You don't know when they're rolling it, what's added. I haven't marked a coin at all, so I just don't think it's worth it. But there we go. We got one piece, 167 out of Philly. So we'll take it. A couple in IFCs, and we got 15 more rolls, and we'll see what we can come up with by the end.